You ever caught yourself looking in the mirror, dreading the sight of that single gray hair or the hint of a wrinkle? The fear of aging is as old as time itself, and it's something that unites us all no matter our generation. And that shiver down your spine when you realize another year has passed and you're not quite sure where it went. This fear, this dread, it isn't just about the physical changes, although those can be quite alarming. It's also about the societal pressures, the expectations to achieve certain milestones by specific ages. It's about coming to terms with the fact that it is the commodity you can't buy more of. Here's the kicker. The fear of aging is not about growing old. It's actually about growing up. It's about transformation, the evolution of oneself. It's about the journey, not the destination. Indeed, the fear of aging is a shared experience, but how each generation copes with it, well, that's a story in itself. Let's start with Gen Z. These anxiety-filled, overhyped, interactive, completely locked in, digital natives seem to have such a unique perspective on aging. I mean, their generation have grown up in the world dominated by screens, hashtags, viral trends. They've witnessed the rise and fall of multiple social media platforms, the full evolution of the smartphone, and the surge of all these online influencers. I mean, their perception of aging is intrinsically tied to digital culture, creating a unique blend of excitement and anxiety about their future. I mean, for them, aging isn't just about the passage of time. It's about milestones and achievements, about making their mark in the world before hitting certain age benchmarks. When you're constantly scrolling through feeds filled with young entrepreneurs, prodigious artists, and social media stars, it's easy to feel like you're running out of time. I mean, the 20 under 20 lists, the 30 under 30 compilations, they don't help either. They add fuel to the fire that's intensifying the pressure of achieving before certain ages. And these urgencies, this race against time, is a defining characteristic about how Generation Z perceives aging. But it's not all doom and gloom. Their generation is also harnessing the power of technology to combat signs of aging. They're the pioneers of the new era of digital wellness, using apps, wearables, and online resources to maintain this healthy vitality. The relationship with technology is a double-edged sword for sure. On one hand, it amplifies the pressure to succeed young. On the other hand, it provides tools to manage their health and prolong their youth. In a world where age is more than just a number, where it's a status symbol, a ticking clock, Gen Z is navigating uncharted territory. They're rewriting the rules of aging, questioning traditional timeline, and challenging the notion that youth is fleeting. I mean, for the Zs, aging is a race against time, fueled by the immediacy of the digital world. But remember, it's not about growing old, it's about growing up. And growing up is a journey, not a destination. It's about experiences, lessons, memories, not just years and wrinkles. Baby boomers, on the other hand, have a different tale to tell. I mean, their generation, born after World War II, had seen an unparalleled era of economic boom, social change, and technological innovation. From the turbulence of the 60s to the dawn of the digital age, the boomers rid the wave of change. Their cohort grew up in a time when life was not always easy. I mean, they witnessed the Cold War, civil rights movements, and the Vietnam era. And they were the generation that put a man on the moon, or witness to the advent of television, computers, and all the way into the internet. These experiences, both triumphant and challenging, have shaped their perspective on life and aging. I mean, for boomers, aging is not about the number of candles on a birthday cake, but the number of experiences and triumphs and lessons learned. They have a unique understanding of aging as a natural progression of life, a journey to be celebrated rather than feared. They have weathered storms, faced trials, and emerged victorious. Each wrinkle a testament to a battle won, each gray hair a badge of wisdom earned. I mean, their generation has seen the world change at such a rapid pace, and they've had to adapt to it. They've learned to embrace some of the new while still cherishing the old. They've seen the rise of new technology. They also remember a time when the rotary phone was the height of innovation. The balance of the old and the new has given them a unique perspective on aging. Baby boomers have shown us that aging is not about losing one's youth, but gaining experience, wisdom, and perspective. They've also taught us that age is just a number, And what truly matters are the experiences we gather and the wisdom we acquire along the way. Baby boomers, they have a message for all the younger generations, and they want us all to understand that aging is not a curse, nor is it something to be feared. Instead, it should be seen as a celebration of life's journey, an accumulation of experiences and wisdom that can only come with time. For baby boomers, age is not a curse, but a badge of survival and wisdom. Now caught in the middle between the old and the new are Gen X and the millennials. Now, we are an intriguing duo. I mean, we've got one foot in the past, clinging to traditional values, and the other foot stepping boldly into the future, embracing all the perks of modern life. So we have to take a peek into the aging experiences of our two generations. Starting with us Gen X, we're the folks that were born in an era of change. We've seen the world transfer from dial-up internet to high-speed Wi-Fi, from cassette tapes to Spotify. We witnessed technological revolution and cultural shifts that were completely unseen. We are the bridge that connects the past and the present. And as we age, we carry the wisdom of the past while adapting to the ever-evolving future. And our approach to aging is a blend of acceptance and adaptability. We understanding that aging is inevitable, and we're also keen on keeping up with the times. We're not afraid to use a smartphone, nor do we shy away from the latest fitness trends. We're the generation that's truly rocking the balance between growing old and staying young. And then we have the millennials. The millennials truly are the first generation to grow up with the internet and technology at their fingertips. You know, they are often seen as the Peter Pans of the generations, as they're known for their desire to maintain usefulness. I mean, they're the folks that brought us the term adulting after all. I mean, but don't let this fool you. Millennials are not in denial of aging. They're just redefining it. They embrace both the physical changes that come with the time and the technological advancements that keep them connected and informed. They're aging, yes, but they're doing it their way. See, for Generation X and millennials, aging isn't about resigning to the inevitable. It's about accepting the physical changes while embracing the technological ones. It's about cherishing the wisdom of the past while welcoming the potential of the future. It's about growing up without giving up. For Gen X and millennials, aging is a complex cocktail of acceptance and resistance. Now, despite these differences, there's a common thread that binds all generations. This thread weaves through the fabric of our shared humanity. It's called aging, the inevitable process that every person, regardless of their generation, must confront. Aging is a universal journey, a dance with time that takes us through a spectrum of experiences and emotions, the thrill of our first bike ride to the heartache of our first love, the sense of accomplishment when we land our first job, the joy of starting a family, the bittersweet feeling of watching our children grow, and the wisdom that comes with the passing of years. These shared experiences, they transcend generational boundaries. They unite us in a common understanding of life's ebbs and flows. They remind us that we are more alike than we are different. In the end, we all realize that aging is not about growing old, but about growing up. So what can we learn from these different generational perspectives on aging? Well, a whole lot, actually. It's like peeking into a treasure chest of wisdom, each generation adding a unique gem to the collection. From Gen Z, we learn the fear of aging is not uncommon. The future is a mystery, a whirlwind of unknowns. It's like a roller coaster ride that hasn't been built yet. You're not sure what twists and turns are coming, but you know you're strapped in and you're ready for the ride. This fear, however, can be transformed into excitement and anticipation for the journey ahead. After all, who doesn't love a thrilling roller coaster ride? And then next we had the boomers, the quintessential been there, done that generation. They've ridden that roller coaster, survived the dips, the loops, and they have the photo finish to prove it. They taught us that aging is not a monstrous creature lurking in the shadows. Instead, it's an inevitable part of life, a process of accumulating experiences, wisdom, and yes, even a few laugh lines along the way. Then we come to the middle ground. Here we find the blend of the new and the old, the generation that bridges the gap with one foot in the digital world and the other in the analog, that weathered the storm of change while also embracing the new. This balance teaches us that we can adapt and evolve without losing our core values and experiences. Common thread that binds these generations is the shared human experience. The journey of life with all its ups and downs and loop-de-loops. Understanding this can alleviate the fear of aging and promote intergenerational understanding. You have to remember, the future may seem daunting, but it's all about growing up, not growing old. So let's embrace the journey, no matter which generation you belong to. Because at the end of the day, we're all just kids on this roller coaster ride, holding on tight and enjoying the thrill of the journey.